What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today I want to talk about something that is a little interesting. How high are the actual auction house prices going to go? Because we keep seeing like, oh yeah, all the big whales, they already have like their copies with Giant Killer, but then we just see new whales popping up left and right that are buying out these better and better copies, and as time goes on, I feel like we're seeing even more, even better SSS tier heroes hitting the market. This one today is probably the best Vesa copy you will ever see. Why? I mean, yes, it's not an SSS overall hero, but what is impressive is the max attack roll that it has right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump into game. Let's kind of talk a little bit about the whale situation and who is still buying these crazy copies for crazy amounts of money. So first up, what hero copy are we talking about? Well, if you do go to the auction market, you go to filter, just grab any of the S tier heroes. You see this one right here, and this Vesa copy is insane. It already has Giant Killer on it, so if you don't want to re-roll it, you're fine. It has 9,900 attack. Now, some people might be like, Barry, that's not perfect. Doesn't it go up to like 9,999? Yeah, 9999. Wow, that sounds a little weird. No, not really, because if you do take a look at the list here, the highest roll is, unlike every other tier that does go to the 99 at the end, the SSS tier actually doesn't. Speed does go to 99, but it's just really weird that this only goes to 9,900 and not 9,999. That's a lot of nines. Okay, so let's just go back. Literally the only S tier hero on the market right now is this Vesa, and I didn't actually look at the price. 300,000 starry gems. Divide that by 2,500, which is the cost of $100. Multiply by 100, that is $12,000. You know, when you really think about that, for like, you gotta remember, don't think of this as a normal person, because normal people don't do this type of stuff. People who do this stuff are people with ridiculous amounts of money to spend. Now, there are probably some people out there, which it is a problem, it's a gambling, it's an addiction thing, that don't have the money to do this, and they do it anyway, and then they default on loans and all this other fun stuff. But majority of the whales that we see in this game are very well off. I know a lot of them are day traders, they're crypto traders, they do a lot of stuff. They have a ridiculous amount of cash to just throw around, and what they choose to do is have fun in Idle Heroes. When you think about this, you remember, I think we talked about it last week during the Soul Awakening session, which we still haven't had a resolution with. I mean, it was still like, what was it? I think $10,000 was essentially like the upper limit of what Jesus ended up probably spending on that SS copy. This is interesting. Does it actually say who's selling this? Wait, is there a way to see who's selling it? I feel like there should be, right? Why is this? Oh, this is for me place if I wanted to place a bid. Okay. I guess it doesn't tell you who is selling it until after it is done, because like once you come into here, then you can see who the buyer is. Jesus recently bought one that was almost as good. Probably wish he saved his gems, because I feel like Jesus would have bought this. But then we have other people like Vengeance on this list who recently sold his account, I believe, to Jesus as well. So I think Jesus and a couple other Android players are all kind of keeping Vengeance's account going on iOS, so now they have something on both of them. You can see a couple names here that you just see constantly. And this one sold for 220. Now we're really pushing the upper limits here at 300,000. Granted, you could probably get it for the 250. There's probably no point not bidding on this, because I really don't think there's going to be a gigantic competition. It's just going to be one whale decides, hey, I really want this perfectly rolled Vesa attack stat. Even like the speed is good, HP is low, but let's be honest, the attack stat is the one we want. I don't even know if there's anything Oh, I hate when it does this. You guys have this issue when you're trying to use this thing? It just breaks constantly. So there's no S tier heroes out there right now. I'm kind of intrigued about A tier Vesas, if there's any of them floating around. Let's just do this for Vesa. There are quite a few of A tier Vesas, and they are significantly dropping in price. But even if you want like this cheapest one, I say cheapest. I say cheapest. What is that? Even if you were to get it to say 40,000, right? Divide that by 2,500 times $100. That's still $1,600 just to grab a single hero copy, which sounds like a lot for spenders, but at the same time, a lot of people are dropping that like on every other event in this game. So you should probably invest in this at some point in time. It just depends on when that is. And then you do have this ridiculously high number. Now, one thing I do want to talk about to kind of wrap this video up right here is going to be that Soul Awakening session that we had last week. So the Soul Awakening session, it seems like they are not going to be doing anything. If you guys remember the drama that was around it, it was essentially talking about how in the breakdown of the information, the rules for the event, they never ended an actual definition of end time for the event until the last 24 hours of it being live. Whereas the timer in game, which actually I'll just jump back in game to show you, the timer for things like this were set for 3 days or 2.5 days after the last day that you could actually do Soul Awakenings for points. They didn't modify that until the very end of the event, essentially, and I guess everybody who was saving up a ton of contract starry gems or starry gems, you're just kind of SOL. The rank that you ended up with is going to be the rank you're with. Now, they did say they are going to make sure in future ones that they clarify, because I do think this might become a monthly event, to be honest. We'll have to see how many spenders actually spend in future ones. A lot of spenders. I'm telling you guys, a lot of spenders got salty for good reason. They got salty and spiteful because, well, they were going to spend more to push higher up in the rankings, and they didn't put the rules in at the beginning, and it just feels really bad. So will we see another Soul Awakening session with Soul Awakening Gala that the big spenders continue to spend? We'll have to see. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today is having to do with these whole Soul Awakening things. And of course, we've talked about Jesus in this video. I had to make him a nice, pretty thumbnail because I want this one to really stand out. This video right here, I put a link to it on our Discord and I did it in our community page. He actually showed what it looks like, how it is using that SS summoning stone, and shows you the process of it. I know I showed you like the B- copy that I had, but I figured you guys would enjoy seeing an SS summoning stone. So make sure you go visit that. I'll put a link. The first link in the description will be to Jesus' video. I just had to make him a pretty thumbnail because it is a pretty cool accomplishment, I guess we'll say. Whatever. Also, make sure you subscribe to him. He does some of the crazy end game stuff out there. Jesus is awesome. He has like a bunch of Sealand 30 clears and all these different things, Dominator clears, everything you'd want to know. So hit that subscribe button. He deserves a lot more subscribers than 3.8. He deserves like honestly 20 to 30. So if you have not subscribed to him, go do it right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.